Hello everyone, I'm Goldy Firman Pramana. Here, I want to present about the NGN policy challenge. So, we go to the principle of global information infrastructure development. So here is the three main of component of the future development. We can see here this is the availability and diffusion of high-speed infrastructure, because we need more speed and more bandwidth for further development. And then we go to the next is here, the fair access and use of infrastructure is for both customer and services. So if we want, if we give two example here, maybe this is the cheap one, maybe this is the cheap provider, and here is the expensive one. So here we can give for this chip, maybe we have the same speed network, but maybe in other case, maybe for the cheap one, we can reduce the speed with the same of quota, but for the expensive one, we give more higher quality with the faster speed, something like that. So okay, this is the second, and the last is growth and development multimedia services. Is this point is supporting this one. So we go to the next service in NGN. We know that the NGN is the base from voice, internet, and so on. And then we can going to the multifunctional terminal. This is the multifunctional terminal are the terminal from the data that we sent before. So after this terminal, we go to the access point network, and the last thing is the most important is the core network. So since services use same network, hence network can be regulated in such a way that there is no reference to the content carried on the networks. Then regulation of the communication sector should be undertaken by a single regulatory body. Okay, we will take a sample for here. There are spectrum allocation body. We can see here there is some spectrum that we should obey this, and then we can see broadcast regulator in the USA. The name is Federal Communication and Commission, and also telecommunication regulator. This also support this. Maybe this is the same comedy. Okay, we go to the next section, economic regulation. The first one is the competition is the main tool to develop effective access and faster innovation, investment, and consumer benefits in communication markets. Second is facility-based competition. Operators are encouraged to provide a good network to gain users. The third is ensure all customers of a service provider have contact with all other subscribers. Interconnection policies are necessary here. And the fourth, network unbundling policy, where network users pay at cost. This is the important one, and The last is the incentive to provider that develop internet broadband networks to boost growth in broadband subscriber. Okay, the next one is the question. Is there a gap in next generation access? So, since the NGN requires a high bandwidth capacity, the available access technology include FFTH, 4G, and also 5G. However, these access technologies are mostly available in dense population areas. We can see in Jakarta, maybe in New York City, there are very dense population. So the growth is more faster there. We can see maybe now is 5G provider. They're only available in Jakarta on the other dense area. Then NGN access is potentially divided. Okay, the next is the way forward for fiberization. So by now there are very fast the growth of the fiber optic in my town in Cilacap. Also there is available for the fiber optic services. So the way is the investment incentive. This is the decision to invest in the communication sector is affected by state of competition in the market and regulatory framework. And the second is provide access to rights of way, ducts, and poles, reducing barriers for municipal authorization, also ensuring on ducts investment for minimum maintenance. So the next is interconnection in NGN. We have switch network to IP-based network. Switch network is an operator where the phone calls are from base to the operator where phone are end. Port calls are end or go to the destination. IP-based network peering exchange packet, paid peering exchange packet of third parties. And then the interconnection scheme uses commonly long-run incremental cost model. And then we going to the next is numbering, naming, and addressing. Telephone number is key resource in PSTN instead. Domain names and IP address are key resources for internet network. To exchange the telephone number and IP-based addressing, ITU, this is the company, this is the Institute of Telecommunication Union, has a recommendation with E164. This is the number to universal resource identifier, called session initiation protocol, or called as IP. Like we can see in this example for the mobile phone, this is the example of the home telephone. This is the code plus 15, and then this is for the email. We can see there is here our net, and then I'm sorry, this is the 55 telecom example net. This is the domain from the email. So we can go to the next slide, the efficient spectrum management. So we can see here from government perspective, many applications are hungry spectrum bandwidth. So we can see that many flexible spectrum assignment is demanded to improve economic efficiency in spectrum markets. Okay, so here are my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.